Manohara Odelia Pinot pressed an emergency alarm in a hotel elevator, changing her life forever. Her escape from her royal husband was dramatic and unexpected. What led to this moment, and how did a 17-year-old manage to flee from a powerful royal family? We're about to uncover one of the most shocking royal scandals of our time. This story involves danger, cunning, and a young woman's fight for freedom. As we delve into the details, you'll see why Manohara's escape captured global attention and sparked intense debate. A royal nightmare begins. In the glittering world of Indonesian high society, 16-year-old Manohara Odelia Pinot was making waves. Her striking beauty and charm made her one of the country's most sought-after models, but her life was about to change dramatically. Malaysian Prince Tengku Muhammad Fakhri, heir to the Kelantan throne and twice her age, entered Manohara's life at a gala event. Their whirlwind romance seemed like a fairy tale. The young model was captivated by the prince's charisma and promises of luxury and love. Their 2008 wedding was spectacular, with media coverage and a star-studded guest list. It appeared Manohara had found her happily ever after. But soon, friends noticed changes. Her bubbly personality dimmed, and her social media presence became rare and carefully curated. As time passed, Manohara's family grew worried. Phone calls went unanswered, and visits were canceled. Her mother, Daisy Fajarina, sensed something was wrong. Inside the palace, Manohara found herself isolated from friends and family. The prince's behavior became controlling, and her dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Then, all contact ceased. Manohara's family couldn't reach her, and palace officials offered only excuses. The fairy tale facade crumbled, revealing a dark reality. Through a secret message, Manohara made a desperate claim. She was being held captive by her royal husband. The once adored prince was now seen as a villain. The world watched in horror as the true nature of this royal marriage came to light. As news of Manohara's situation spread, everyone wondered, how would this trapped in a gilded cage, a secret handshake, a coded message, in a world of constant surveillance, how far would a mother go to save her daughter from a prison of luxury? Life inside the royal palace was nothing like Manohara had imagined. The young bride found herself trapped, her every move watched and controlled. What should have been a dream quickly turned into a living nightmare. Manohara's days were filled with fear and isolation. She claimed to be treated like an animal, subjected to abuse both emotional and physical. The prince's behavior was erratic and cruel. Manohara alleged that she was injected with tranquilizers to keep her compliant during public appearances. Even more shocking, she said her husband had cut her with a razor. While Manohara suffered in silence, her mother, Daisy Fajarina, refused to give up. Desperate to reach her daughter, Daisy launched a public campaign to bring attention to Manohara's plight. She spoke to the media, pleading for help and revealing the shocking abuse allegations. Her efforts sparked outrage in Indonesia. The story captivated the nation, with Indonesian media portraying Manohara as a tragic heroine. In Malaysia, however, many outlets downplayed her claims as a misunderstanding. The contrasting coverage highlighted the complex nature of the situation. As public concern grew, so did tensions between Indonesia and Malaysia. Officials from both countries found themselves navigating a delicate situation, balancing diplomacy with the growing outcry for action. Hope finally came in the form of a secret signal. During a rare, closely monitored meeting, Manohara managed to communicate with her mother using a pre-arranged handshake. This desperate plea for help confirmed Daisy's worst fears and set the stage for a daring escape plan. With the world watching and the stakes higher than ever, Manohara's fate hung in the balance. Could this trapped princess find a way to break free from her royal nightmare? A daring escape plan. In the world of royalty, even small mistakes can have huge consequences. With Manohara's life at stake, a daring escape plan was set in motion. But how do you outsmart those watching your every move? Datuk Kadar Shah Sulaiman Ninam Shah, a skilled negotiator, was called in by the Kelantan Palace to help resolve the crisis. The media frenzy in Indonesia was out of control, and action was needed. But when Kadar Shah met with Prince Tengku Temenggung Fakhri, he hit a wall. The prince refused to admit any wrongdoing wrongdoing. Kedar Shah had to get creative. He set up a secret line of communication between Manohara and her mother, Daisy Fajarina, using a third party as a messenger. This clever trick let them share information right under the noses of the prince's watchful guards. As May 30th, 2009 approached, tension was at an all-time high. Manohara and her captors arrived at the Royal Plaza Hotel in Singapore, not realizing they were walking into a trap. Kedar Shah had already alerted the local police, who were ready to act at a moment's notice. The stakes couldn't have been higher. If caught, Manohara faced even stricter confinement or worse, but staying trapped in her gilded cage wasn't an option. As the crucial moment arrived, Manohara's heart raced. Everything depended on the next few seconds. With her husband and his bodyguards distracted, she made her move. Manohara hit the emergency alarm in the hotel elevator, setting off a chain of events that would change everything. In that instant, as sirens blared and security rushed in, Manohara's world turned upside down. She was finally free, but her ordeal wasn't over. Now, she faced a critical choice: press charges against her husband or flee to safety in Jakarta with her mother. As the dust settled on this dramatic escape, one thing was clear: the fallout from Manohara's actions would be felt far beyond that Singapore hotel. The world was about to witness a royal scandal unlike any other. Freedom and fallout. Freedom came at a staggering cost, but for Manohara, it was priceless. How could a teenage bride's escape from a palace become a rallying cry for women across Southeast Asia? The moment Manohara stepped out of that Singapore hotel, her world changed forever. She embraced her mother, Daisy Fajarina, for the first time in months, their emotional reunion a mix of relief and uncertainty about the future. News of Manohara's escape spread rapidly. Indonesian media hailed her as a hero, while Malaysian sources rushed to counter the allegations. Her face appeared on newspapers and TV screens, captivating audiences in both nations. Manohara faced a difficult choice: stay in Singapore to press charges against Prince Fakhri or return to Jakarta immediately. She chose to go home, prioritizing her safety and well-being over a legal battle. The prince, however, wasn't finished. A Malaysian civil court awarded him a massive sum in a defamation suit against Manohara and her mother. The young woman's response was defiant. She would never pay a penny to her alleged abuser. As the legal drama unfolded, Manohara's story took on a life of its own. In Indonesia, she became a symbol of resilience and a voice for the voiceless. Her experiences resonated deeply with women who had faced similar struggles, sparking crucial conversations about domestic abuse and women's rights. Manohara embraced her newfound platform, appearing frequently on Indonesian television to share her story. She transformed from a trapped princess into an outspoken advocate, using her experiences to inspire and empower others. "I believe that everything happens for a reason," she said, "and that has shaped me to be who I am today." The royal scandal had far-reaching consequences, straining diplomatic relations between Malaysia and Indonesia. It exposed the dark side of royal privilege and raised uncomfortable questions about accountability within monarchies. As the dust settled, one thing became clear: Manohara's escape had set in motion a chain of events that would challenge the status quo for years. To Manohara's escape from a life of abuse in the royal palace was a turning point. Her brave actions in Singapore did more than secure her own freedom. They ignited a global conversation about royal accountability and women's rights. Manohara's voice challenged the notion that those in power are untouchable, proving that speaking out against injustice can create real change. In the years since her ordeal, Manohara has channeled her experiences into helping others. She transformed from a victim into a powerful advocate, showing the incredible strength of the human spirit. Her story serves as a beacon of hope for those facing seemingly impossible situations. Manohara's journey from fairy tale to nightmare, and ultimately to empowerment, captivated the world. It forced us to confront uncomfortable truths about power and privilege. More importantly, it showed that even after enduring unimaginable horrors, it's possible to reclaim your life and make a positive impact. Manohara's resilience in the face of her worse-than-hell ordeal continues to inspire and empower others to this day. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more royal reveals.